She was certain she witnessed a traumatic event, a memory so vivid, so detailed, it shaped her entire reality. But it never actually happened. This is not a plot twist from a movie. It's a real psychological weapon. False memory implantation. If you've been watching this series, you know how manipulators twist emotions and cognition to control deeper, to discover how your own memories can be hijacked and rewritten by unseen forces. Memories feel, but science tells a different story. Our memories are not static recordings. They are reconstructive, vulnerable to alteration and distortion. False memories are recollections of events that never happened or that happened differently from how we remember them. Decades of psychological research have shown that even confident and detailed memories can be completely fabricated. The brain pieces together fragments, filling gaps with assumptions, suggestion, or imagination. Classic studies like Elizabeth Loftus' work on eyewitness testimony reveal how easily the mind can be tricked into recalling entire episodes wrongly. This reconstructive nature makes us susceptible to external influence, whether a subtle suggestion, misinformation, or deliberate psychological manipulation. Understanding this anatomy is critical. Memory is less a reliable truth archive and more a malleable narrative that can be rewritten or polluted. This chapter explores the neuroscience behind memory encoding, consolidation, and retrieval, laying the foundation for understanding how implantation exploits these processes. Manipulators exploit our memory's fragility through highly sophisticated psychological techniques. One common method is suggestive questioning, repeatedly asking leading questions designed to plant misinformation. Another is confabulation, where individuals unknowingly fill memory gaps with fabricated details, often after subtle cues or pressure. Hypnosis is a controversial but effective tool, used to make the mind more receptive to false memories. Emotional arousal can also play a role. Heightened emotions may increase memory consolidation but make memories less accurate, blurring the lines between reality and fiction. Forensic interviewing techniques, media influence, and peer pressure also factor into creating false memories on both personal and collective levels. This chapter unpacks these mechanisms step by step, showing how subtle social and psychological pressure can transform what we believe we remember into total fabrication. The implications are chilling. If your memory can be rewritten, so can your sense of identity and truth. The horror of false memory implantation is not theoretical. It's been documented with devastating real-world impact. One famous case involved a woman falsely accused of abuse based on memories implanted during suggestive therapy, resulting in years of shattered relationships and legal battles before the truth surfaced. Another chilling example emerged from wrongful convictions relying on manipulated eyewitness memories, with innocent people imprisoned. Perhaps the most disturbing are cults that use ritualized brainwashing and group pressure to implant alternate memories, creating a new, controlled narrative that traps members psychologically. These cases reveal the mechanism and grave consequences of memory manipulation, from personal trauma to systemic injustice. And here's where it gets disturbing. Many victims still question their own sanity because memory implantation attacks the foundation of self-trust. This chapter traces that brutal journey through documented cases, linking psychological theory to the devastating human cost. False memories don't just break individual minds. They ripple through society, shaking the foundations of justice and trust. Courts often rely on eyewitness testimony and personal recollection, yet scientific findings show these are prone to error and manipulation. False memory implantation contributes to wrongful convictions, legal chaos, and damaged reputations. Social media further complicates the problem, spreading misinformation that rewires collective memory on a massive scale. Politically, memory distortion techniques can be weaponized to rewrite historical events or manipulate public opinion, eroding democratic processes. This creates a crisis where objective truth becomes increasingly elusive. Understanding the societal and legal ramifications highlights the urgency of defending memory integrity. But it doesn't stop there. This phenomenon also undermines interpersonal trust, fueling paranoia and social fragmentation. This chapter exposes how a seemingly invisible cognitive flaw threatens reality itself on a broad scale. The most chilling impact of false memory implantation is its assault on the self. Our memories are core to our identity, our autobiographical narrative, and our emotional grounding. When false memories invade, they fracture the psyche, undermining confidence, sanity, and even emotional stability. Victims often experience intense confusion, self-doubt, anxiety, and depression as their sense of reality splinters. The psychological toll manifests as PTSD-like symptoms, dissociation, and chronic distrust in their own mind. This damage is not simply about memory errors. It's an identity crisis born from psychological manipulation. Here's the thing: when you can't trust your own past, you become vulnerable to further control, exploitation, and emotional rupture. This chapter dives into the profound neuropsychological and emotional consequences of implanted false memories, revealing the terrifying depth of psychological harm. But here's where it gets disturbing. Knowing how false memories form and how manipulators implant them empowers you to protect your mind from this invisible threat. First, cultivate critical awareness. Question memories that arise suddenly under pressure or suggestion. Keep a personal record or journal of important events to anchor memory in external reality. Resist suggestive questioning, especially from unqualified sources or manipulative individuals. Cross-check memories with independent witnesses or evidence. Strengthen mental resilience through mindfulness practices that improve present-moment awareness and reduce susceptibility to emotional arousal. If confronted with potential false memories, seek professional psychological help trained in trauma and memory research. Awareness and vigilance are your best defenses against this covert form of psychological control. Remember, your mind is your last sanctuary, and protecting your memories is protecting your very self. And this is where the story takes a dark turn. The dark forces that rewrite your memories don't stop here. Next week, we're going even deeper into psychological reality distortions that manipulate perception and identity on an even more profound level. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss this chilling next chapter. Your mind's truth depends on it.